Hey there, this is your Pal Pallie, and welcome back to Get Her Raid. These are the achievements that reward the Glory of the Orgrimmar Raider meta achievement, which nets you a pretty Galakras looking mount. These achievements can be done in Flex, Normal, or Heroic. This is part 3 of 4, and we'll talk about the achievements for the next 3 bosses in Siege: Malkorok, Spoils of Pandaria, and Thok the Bloodthirsty. I must say, these are fun ones to get. Here are some annotations to skip ahead to the particular boss achievement you might be looking for. First up is Malkorok. The achievement is called Unlimited Potential and reads, transform a corrupted skull splitter into a corrupted amalgamation and then defeat Malkorok. Here we get a nice meaty achievement to sink your teeth into. First question, where's the corrupted skull splitter? That's this guy down here in the trash leading up to Malkorok. He's being chained up and tortured by these other ads, so just get these guys down and leave the corrupted skull splitter on his own. Once you clear all the way up to Malkorok, you are ready to start. To transform this guy into a corrupted amalgamation, you need him to be hit by a breath of Visage from the boss. So you leave a tank and a healer down below and pull the ad and truck it up the steps to the boss. Be very careful, he has a huge cleave he'll do periodically. Don't stand in it. Once you all get back together, have the tank park the ad to the side here and point it towards the wall. Then pull the boss. Do the boss as normal, and of course watch the tank who has the ad. The boss will do 3 arcing smashes as usual, and then do a breath where he smashed. So the object is to have the corrupted skull splitter be in the area where the breath is going to happen. Once it gets hit, it will transform and then you can burst it down. How you get it hit is up to you. If you want the tank to simply stand in the breath, that's doable with a strong shield and some cooldowns. Or if you want to root the ad here just before the breath happens, that's also possible. Seeing as we did this in Flex mode, we just had the tank stand in the breath and pop a major CD. Once you kill off the amalgamation and then the boss, you'll get the achievement. On to the Spoils of Pandaria achievement, which, by the way, is my favorite fight, in case you didn't know. The achievement is called Criss Cross and reads, complete the Spoils of Pandaria encounter without any raid member defeating both a Mantid and Mogu enemy. Seems straightforward from the description and the name. You have to have your raid groups cross to the other side so they only defeat one kind of enemy. So if you start out on the Mogu side, you finish the encounter killing on Mogu. Likewise for Mantid. So for the first half of the encounter, you just do it as normal. Once both sides have completed killing the relevant boxes to get the necessary energy, do not open the gate just yet. Once you open the gate with a lever, your timer for the next section will start. And unless you can get people over quickly and easily beat the timer, you probably want to give yourself some extra time. What you need to do is start having people use the cranes here to hop over to the other side one by one. But first, be absolutely certain that both sides are done. If someone goes early and hops down into the other group while they are finishing off their side, it's highly likely the game will count them as having defeated that box, which will be of the wrong type. So get done, then have people go over one by one. If you get tight on the enrage timer for this first section, it's okay to open the gate with 10 or so seconds left. If you do this, make sure no one opens any boxes on either side until everyone has switched sides completely. Opening the gate will allow you to access a second set of cranes, so you'll be able to go faster ferrying people over. But again, opening the gate starts the enrage timer for killing the second half of this encounter, so if you are worried about that, just be patient. Once everyone is switched, just go through the rest of the encounter as normal, beat the enrage, and presto, here's a lovely achievement for you. And finally, it's time to have some fun with Thok and Snails. His achievement is called Giant Dinosaur vs. Mega Snail. Yes, already the title tells you how awesome this achievement is. It reads, open the thrice-locked cage during the Thok the Bloodthirsty encounter, then allow its inhabitant to feast upon Thok's corpse once you have defeated the encounter. Sounds like a blast, eh? So you remember those snails in Throne of Thunder leading up to the G-Kun encounter? Garrosh apparently managed to get his hands on a huge one and stuck it in this cage here. To open this cage, as you might imagine, it takes 3 keys. Once freed, the snail inside will fixate and slowly pursue people. Just like the snails in Throne of Thunder, this snail will instantly kill you if it manages to munch on you. Joy! So basically, the goal is to free the snail just as Thok is getting ready to die, so that it will fixate on the fresh dino corpse and eat it instead of you. Then the next question is how to unlock the cage. Well, you can get keys from the jailer that comes out during Thok's blood frenzy phase. But you might be asking yourself, if I use that key on the snail's cage, how will I free a prisoner in order to push Thok back into his other phase? And the answer is fairly simple. After you use a key on the snail cage, another jailer spawns so you can get a new key from him. Aha! So with that knowledge, what you do is kill off jailers twice per blood frenzy phase while kiting the dino. Use the first key on the snail cage, then the second key on whichever relevant prisoner cage you want to unlock. Actually, one of the best ways to accomplish this achievement is to have Thok fairly low heading into the third blood frenzy and kill him off just as soon as you unlock the snail cage. Again, if you are doing this achievement in Flex, it's probably fairly easy to accomplish that DPS-wise. Just make sure the snail is out, and then put down the dino. It is also possible to go wild killing jailers over and over in one blood frenzy to get the snail unlocked early on if your DPS is stupendous. You'll just have to be very quick about using the keys, and also be very good at kiting the dino if he's left in his blood frenzy for a long time. If you want to try it, maybe have all DPS blow up the jailers in the first blood frenzy and kill 3. 2 for the snail cage, and 1 to push him back to his normal phase. Then kill off 1 jailer in the next blood frenzy, and you'll be home and hosed. And that's it for part 3 of this achievement guide. Stay tuned for part 4, which will go into the last 3 bosses in Siege. If you have additional tips on any of these achievements, or any other comments, post them below, and of course subscribe and leave a like on the video if it was helpful. Catch you soon, and have a good one.